Commission to order, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. First item, minutes of the regular city commission meeting held December 19th, 2022.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Hamry,
Second to approve.
second by Commissioner Robbins. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Minutes of special city commission meeting held December 21st, 2022.
I'll make motion to approve.
Commissioner Robbins, Commissioner Hatch, second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. No awards and proclamations tonight. Public hearing, there's nothing from the agenda. Visitors and delegations, nothing on the line. Commission portfolios, Commissioner Hamry, I'll have you start.
Sure. Nothing under utilities tonight, Commissioner, other than one item for the public. The crews are out working to open up fire hydrants in the area around the fire hydrant. We've been coordinating with the fire department to try and make that happen, but we can always use the public's assistance in that. So if you have a fire hydrant in your block, in your vicinity, and you have the capability to help us remove snow around that hydrant, so in the event it is needed this winter with all the furnaces running, we ask public's assistance for that. Other than that, our crews are going around to try and open them up.
That's all I got, Mayor.
Okay. So please adopt a fire hydrant if you can. Right. All right. Okay, Commissioner Hatch.
Mike, anything from sanitation?
Nothing for sanitation tonight, Commissioner.
Got anything from assessing, Rob?
Oh, nothing for tonight.
I'm good.
You're good. Well, how about Commissioner Robbins?
Engineering
Nothing for engineering tonight, Commissioner.
and streets.
Nothing for streets. There's a lot of work obviously going into snow removal. Crews have been out. There's a lot of areas that have to be widened, corners cleaned up, things pushed back. So they've been working on that and, trying to take a systematic approach to it. In areas where we can blow the snow back, areas where there aren't any sidewalks, we're going to try and blow that back within the right of way the best we can. Just due to the sheer costs associated with hauling snow at this point. But there's going to be some areas of town where we have sidewalks in the streets and the avenues and things are very congested. We'll be having to haul that snow. So we're working to get that done. We prioritize some areas that they're working through and eventually we're going through town to do that. Also with the snow, we have crews out, according to our snow policy, the snow removal around mailboxes, when mailboxes are out by the curb, it's the mailbox owner's responsibility to remove snow around that mailbox so that the post office can have access to the mailbox. In a maintenance type operation, as we're widening and we're working at fire hydrants, we are going around mailboxes trying to touch them up. We don't have time to make everything perfect around every mailbox, but if we can help out some of the mailbox owners, we're going to try and do that. Same thing with driveways. We've had calls related to snow in driveways. When we're trying to push back a lot of snow, there's a large volume of snow there. And in many cases, the gates aren't effective. And it could be that there's a big snow pile in front of this driveway. There isn't such in front of the other one. And so it seems like we get a lot of complaints related to snow gates, everyone thinking that these snow gates are going to eliminate every drop of snow in every driveway. And that simply isn't the case. So according to our policy, we do what we can, but at the end of the day, the property owner is responsible for taking care of the snow within the driveway. We'll do what we can. Our crews are, they're out, they're putting in a lot of hours, but we're trying to push things back, widen things. And we have a lot of work ahead of us in a maintenance type operation that we have to get caught back up on. Just as kind of looking to see how much snow we've been hauling, order of magnitude, I did talk to Chris Jager over at the county, And they used their drone and they flew our snow pile up at Ruger Park. And there's over 29,000 yards of snow piled up based on their analysis. There was some snow there. We had to clear the site, obviously, and push things up, but you're still looking at about 25,000 yards or so of snow. And if you look at, 20 yards or so average per truck load, some are a little larger than that, some are smaller than that. If you take an average, you're looking at well over 1,000 trucks. And we're still early into the winter. So we have a lot of work left to do. And that just gives you an idea how much snow we have out there that we're contending with. And I think residents know, based on the work that they've been doing on their sidewalks and their own driveways, they know how much snow that we have. So we're going to continue to work on that. If anybody sees any unsafe conditions, I think Chief Kanowski and I have talked. The PD is out. If they see blind corners or they see unsafe conditions, they let us know. But if any of the public sees any unsafe conditions, please let City Hall know, and we'll do what we can to try and take care of them. We don't have eyes on every corner of every block, so we don't have any issues if somebody calls and lets us know of some of their concerns.
That sidewalk again, Dave, by Central Middle School is full again.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just we talked about that before, the sidewalk or the curb where you go from the,
Well, it doesn't get moved there because nobody lives there.
okay.
Yeah.
Just so we can visit afterwards. I think the ones that I addressed with you before on, is it 8th and Kelly?
Yep.
8th and Kelly maybe?
Okay.
Those humps there, but
Because the kids are climbing over them, and sad part is no cars stop there for the kids to move. So one kid slips, and everybody nowadays is in such a hurry to go nowhere that it's stupid down there, that driving.
We did receive a list of unshoveled sidewalks on the west side, but again, with our sidewalk policy, it's up to the property owners to maintain their sidewalks. But we aren't actively pursuing and reviewing every sidewalk to see that it's been shoveled. We do act on complaints, so if people are walking and they see a sidewalk that isn't shoveled, if they let us know, we'll do a review, and then we notify the property owner the first time. We try and notify the property owner. And then after that, we just don't have time to keep notifying everybody and trying to chase them down related to their snow removal or ice removal on their sidewalk. And so once we receive a complaint, we make sure it gets cleared in the very near future, because it does pose a safety hazard.
all right. Anybody have anything else?
Okay,
I'm good.
good, okay. Commissioner Pierce's, Nate?
So, the fire department, we got our calendars out. I know people have been calling about those. We're getting them handed out as quickly as we can. Like Mike said, we're working with the utilities department to get the hydrants cleaned. I would like to say thank you to those guys, because we've been working off of a map, and anytime we get them the updates on the map, they get them cleaned within a day or two. So that's very nice. January for the fire department, our main focus is 911 calls, and then obviously the fishing derby. So we're working pretty diligently to make sure that that goes off without a hitch. So
Good, that's it. Thank you much. Okay, and under mine, I would ask the chief.
We just want to, we are gonna start towing vehicles that are causing issues in our residential areas when it comes to snow. I was speaking with Mike and tried to find some, maybe some impound type scenarios that we can kind of come to. We have some understandings of what we can do, but as of right now, Cowboys is still willing to just store them for us. We have some habitual vehicles that are out there that we've marked that will be moved. Want to make sure that the public understands that if you do move that vehicle, it has to be out of that berm of snow. It can't remain in that snow. Just because it moved 5 feet doesn't mean it's moved. It's got to be moved out of the berm of snow.
What's the criteria for towing? Is it the second time they get a ticket, or what
I think
are
it's
we
habitual.
using?
I think it would be when it becomes a traffic hazard. And we've had multiple complaints, and it
people
has
wanna
narrowed
know,
down.
yeah.
And it narrows down the width of the roadway. And there's multiple vehicles that are doing that currently. So, and it's just going to get worse.
Yes. No, I'm all in, but we stay fair and consistent. I mean, so once we do it, we gotta.
Yeah, we try to get a hold of the landowner. We put a sticker on
Okay.
it, so it's big bright orange sticker, and make sure that they understand that it's gonna be moved. And
I'm a slow learner, so I want to make sure if I have to get it
Well-
told.
no comment, sir.
The problem is if you're gonna consider it a traffic hazard.
Yeah.
We've got 3 different size streets in town.
Mhm.
There was a car on Kelly that they pushed snow up to it, the car left. I watched this morning as the school bus come flying over. I got to watch the kids do that because he hit just the side of it. So, I mean, some of them, you're gonna have to phrase it a little different on hazards.
Well, it's like any other hazard, it's an opinion, right? And as of right now, it's either Mike's opinion or my opinion, so,
Sure. We make it your opinion.
sure,
You're a little tougher.
sure.
I guess just so we're fair and consistent and we're
Yeah.
doing it for
And
one. If we
and
do
we've
it for
been
one,
doing
we'll
it
do it for all.
like I spoke with Sam yesterday, or today, matter of fact, Sam Hanson. Like I asked him, how many does he normally do every year? And he says 5 to 7, and which is more than I actually thought. And so,
What's the tag at when you tow it? It's the cost of that plus a ticket.
and then the impound fees, which is through Cowboys, how long it takes them. I think it's $15 a day, plus the tow it to have it towed out there.
Okay.
The problem we're having is that they can go out there and get the vehicle and still not pay the ticket. The tickets. So we still have that sitting over their head, but then that becomes a warrant. Then they get a warrant for their
Oh.
arrest. So
Yep.
it's, yeah.
It's a necessity, so.
Yep.
And
Yep.
people are wanting that because
Right.
their streets are not getting cleaned the way they like, so.
Exactly.
I mean, the vehicles we're talking about haven't moved over the course of the winter.
Yeah.
It's not like you get one ticket. They have multiple
Yeah,
tickets,
they-
I believe, and
5
they
or 6.
haven't moved. It's
Yeah.
like they're almost an abandoned vehicle.
Correct.
So there isn't that many, but there are some that are,
You bet.
That's all I have.
Thank you, chief.
Yeah, thank you.
Bree, anything for the administrator's position? Nothing that you,
No, we're just working on our financials.
okay. Well, we did, for those that, I think we all got them emailed to us. Did you have a chance to look at them? Financials? Okay, that's it?
Yep.
Well, thank you. Nothing under old business, nothing under the consent agenda. We're going into new business and it's the 2022 draft of the financials. Well, Spencer's unable to be with us here tonight because he's a new daddy and is, huh? Oh, wait. Oh, timeout. I'm sorry. My apologies. Thank you.
You're welcome.
New business, create improvement district, WM 28-23. It's Mike's turn. I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself.
Mayor, for those of you that like to read long legal descriptions, the
Yeah.
legal description is included in the resolution. But also included is a map of the district. We're trying to clean up some areas where we know we have old cast iron pipes and we have some break history and we have a need for roadway improvements. So this particular area that we're looking at is, we're referring to it as the south side, south of the railroad tracks, areas that haven't been improved yet. And so that district encompasses the areas where we're looking at replacing water mains. And we're hoping to have that work put together and bid it out yet this year for construction. Recommend approval of the resolution.
Okay, we have a recommendation from the engineer to approve this district 28-23.
I'll make a motion for the resolution.
Commissioner Hamre.
28-23.
Second.
Commissioner Robbins. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Pose same sign. Motion carried. Okay, next item, create improvement district for water main replacement 29-23.
Again, the resolution, you have the long legal description related to the properties included within the district. Really, we're looking at Second Street from 6th Avenue all the way over to 12th Avenue for that water main replacement, and that's the district and encompasses that area. Recommend approval of the resolution.
Okay, we have a recommendation from the Public Works City Engineer,
I'll make the motion for 29-23.
Commissioner Hamre,
I'll second.
Commissioner Hatch. Any further discussion? All in favor of motion, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. This one's a pay. So let me get back there. Pay estimate number 4 for water main replacement for 27-22.
The pay estimate includes payment for the contract bond that has been submitted, as well as for stockpiled materials. The specifications allow for payment of stockpiled materials for the project, and so we're paying a portion of that. Amount of the pay estimate is $147,994.50. Recommend approval.
Okay, we have a recommendation to approve the pay estimate for this for water main replacement 27-22.
I'll make a motion to approve the pay estimate.
Commissioner Robbins.
I'll second.
Commissioner Hamry. Any further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry.
Aye.
Commissioner Hash.
Aye.
And President Wong.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Next item is citizen comment. I understand there's someone here that would like to speak to us.
She just went to use the restroom.
She did. Perfect
She out of
timing.
time?
Okay, we're moving on. Okay.
If you're out of time, she has a, actually, I'll pass them on, is that okay?
Yeah, if you got something, yep. Okay.
I just know she wants, I guess who.
Just give them to the commissioners here.
Thank you.
Okay, and then probably one to the, oh, I think we have this. Okay, keep you. Oh, okay, we got another one. All right.
All right, yeah,
I guess we already have one.
You have it?
Yeah,
I didn't even-
yeah, we already have.
We can recycle.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
She's gonna be so embarrassed when she comes back.
Okay, can you help me out a little? What's her name?
V is what she goes by, V-E-E,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, thank you.
B. Jeffries?
Yes.
No S, Jeffrey.
Anybody want to sing a song?
No.
Okay.
It was good.
Pressure's on her.
Her legs public speaking.
Oh, she's gonna really hate it now, huh?
Mike does.
Too bad you didn't have your plan with you,
PowerPoint presentation,
Yeah.
backed by popular demand.
5-year plan.
I thought that was coming this meeting.
That is coming.
Oh, it's coming.
That is coming.
Not tonight.
So it's next Christmas.
You know, the roadway plan is kind of really nice to show, you know, pretty proud of that, proud of the work that the commission has put in and the funds that have been allocated to make sure that that work has happened. You know, the roadways in town have come a long, long way from where they were. There was you know, a long time there where they had many roadways in town hadn't been touched. And things aren't perfect. We still have a long way to go, but we're making progress and really happy with that. So we'll have that on display as well as the water main replacements that we've been working on. You know, I do have to, if we have a little bit of time here, crews have been working. I mean, the street department's been working, you know, a lot of hours trying to make sure that the roadways stay open and trying to do the things that need to be done. It doesn't just happen, and it's a lot of time and effort that goes into that coordination and things. So going to continue with that work, and it'll come together. Hopefully we don't have any snow for a little while, and we'll get caught up on maintenance.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. Okay, V, okay, would
Hi.
you please identify yourself for the, you know, the YouTube?
Yeah, my name is Baby Old Jeffrey.
Okay, just want you to understand, this is a citizen comment portion where you get to just present yourself, but no action will be taken on anything here at this point. It's just that you can brief us on what your desires are, and then we pursue it at a later date, and you can get yourself under visitors and delegations for whatever it is you're looking for. But at this time, you can kind of propose what your thoughts are, what you are asking for.
Okay. I'm here to ask the commission board to consider amending City Code 6.16.020, keeping a fowl prohibited to keeping a fowl prohibited without permit, which would allow citizens of Devils Lake, in cooperation with the city, to have no more than 4 backyard female laying hens. There are numerous beneficial reasons to having backyard hens, such as waste eliminators, less food in the landfill as it can be fed to the chickens, pest control, chickens love to eat bugs and insects, and there's no shortage of them in the summertime. They make good pets, they're quieter than many dogs, their excrements are a good fertilizer for the yard and garden, and of course, delicious eggs. Many cities in several other states, as well as a few here in North Dakota, have amended their city ordinances regarding keeping fowl. The amendment that I did send an email to the commission is adopted from the city of Fargo with a few adjustments to fit our community the best. The city of Moorhead is also currently looking into amending their city codes to allow chickens similar to Fargo's. Included in the amendment are regulations such as requiring a permit, which the city has full authority to grant or deny, number of chickens one can keep, amount of space needed per chicken per run, amount of space needed between the run and adjacent property. In addition, the chicken coop and chicken run would need to be maintained and cleaned and is subject to inspection by city officials. I do know that one main concern for backyard chickens is illnesses and disease. According to the CDC, Salmonella bacteria cause about 1.35 million infections, 26,500 hospitalizations, and 420 deaths in the United States every year. Food is the source for most of these illnesses, not live poultry. Also, according to the CDC, there was only 1,230 cases of Salmonella linked to backyard chickens in 2022. Salmonella can spread from a variety of animals, such as domesticated and wild cats, gerbils, turtles, hamsters, and humans. Maintaining a clean coop and run will help prevent the spread of Salmonella and other diseases, as well as proper hand washing. The city of Fargo, where I adopted the same law from, has allowed backyard chickens since 2017, and I personally have not heard of any issues regarding illness, pests, or predator issues. The ordinance does include safeguards that will protect against predator issues or pest infestation, including the coop being required to be 24 inches off the ground, chickens to not be allowed to run at large, and feed to be stored in pest-proof containers. So I'm asking the commission to review the amendment, make any necessary changes, and to please pass this ordinance. I believe it will give people in the community a bit of relief concerning the current prices of eggs, as well as provide a great learning experience for the next generation. Thank you for your time.
Okay, this is Jack. Jack, are you listening? He's our city attorney. Did you catch that?
Yep, I'm here. I can't hear what very well. Is there a question directed towards me, or are you asking for a comment?
Well, just a comment, I believe, if you heard enough to make a comment.
I didn't hear enough to make a comment, but I did read the proposal, and it's something that the city definitely can consider. I would like to say that it was a well thought out and well proposed plan. It wasn't just off the cuff or sloppy in any way. So I do appreciate the work that this person put into the proposal.
Okay, I guess we're not taking any action at this time as she's under citizens' comment. We will take it into advisement, I guess, and review it, and I guess we'll get back to you with what we come up with or what the future plan is, but any questions?
I just, like, two simple questions. Obviously, you live in town.
Yes,
Have you lived in Devils Lake for a while?
I
Or
moved here in 1998.
Oh, okay, for quite a while. Okay. But have you visited with your neighbors about it or any discussion? I'm assuming you're wanting to do it yourself.
Yes,
Okay.
but I haven't really talked to my neighbors about it, but I have talked to several other people.
Okay, because I think we talked about this one time in the past. I don't know if anybody
It was about the
remembers.
duck or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something. And then in your mind, I didn't read the total ordinance from Fargo, but does it require you to get any permission from your neighbors at all? I didn't look at it real closely.
No, that wasn't included in there.
Okay,
Just
okay,
a
No, it does
permit
not.
considered.
okay. And that would be something a person could add or not add, possibly.
That's something we can write in. It really, ordinances like this are on a city to city and town to town basis. So for example, if you take Minneapolis, the city of Centerville, which is up, northwest, they allow it. But then you have Edina and Eden Prairie, those cities do not allow similar ordinances. Generally, the reason these ordinances are in place and are prohibitive are due to concerns that the public generally has regarding property value and nuisance and quiet enjoyment of their property. In Devils Lake, we have a lot of houses that are kind of stacked on top of each other. So there's a lot of places where one person's yard is kind of merged with the neighbor's yard, and that's I suspect that was part of the thought when this ordinance was put in place. I know that take Centerville, Minnesota, for example. One of the reasons it works there is because almost every lot in Centerville is like an acre, so it doesn't really bother neighbors because yards and lots are big enough to where chickens can be corralled and kind of hidden, and it's not a nuisance. So that's kind of the history and just some perspective on these types of ordinances.
Okay, all right. And I mean, assuming, are you guys interested in the same thing or just kind of curious to see? I just wondered if you talked to anybody else, is there any more interest, potentially?
Yeah, I've talked to several of other people and they are interested. And as far as what he said about being too close to the neighbors and how the houses are kind of close together, there is stipulations in there of how far the chicken coop and chicken run would need to be from adjacent property and from the garage.
All right.
How many chickens were you thinking? Or what do you think is reasonable?
Did you say 4?
4, I think
That's
TSC is
4 in the
minimum.
ordinance.
My question is gonna be the fire hazard with all the heat lamps in the winter.
Can I get something
that could be
that, if I might, I can't hear if anyone else is talking, sorry.
Okay, all right.
I get something the commission can consider, and down the road, if food prices keep going up, particularly the cost bags, that might be something that is additional to consider regarding amending the current ordinance.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
Jim was saying, just more for FYI for now. I don't know. Do we try and put a time frame on it or just?
I guess we have to kind of give it some thought and process it a little bit, and then probably have to address it later on. I guess you could check back with our administrator and see where, once we've had some time to process all the information and our thoughts, and so that way you can put you on the visitors delegations and actually make something happen. Okay.
Thank you.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah,
Should
thank
we put
you.
a timeline on ourselves though?
Yeah, sometimes if you don't have one, it never.
Yeah, and that's fair, we gotta be fair and reasonable, no question about it. Maybe first meeting next month? Have a, you know,
February.
February? Put
Yeah.
yourself on the agenda so
Okay,
we can address it.
all right.
Would you
Thank you.
get that brief? Okay, all right. Thank you for your time, V.
Can I ask a question? So at that time, can she ask questions for you as she's processed it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, can she come and say, hey, I thought about the fire thing, so at that time she can bring it?
Sure can. Yeah, she'll have this year's citizen comments just meant to kind of voice your concerns or whatever they are, and then they weren't meant for an action item, so. Okay, under the visitors and delegations, she can make her presentation, we can have dialogue on it. Okay. Informational items here, Spencer left the 2022 draft financials. We received them via email. Fourth quarter economic data. Anybody have any questions on that? I know Bree's got all the answers.
Going on that one.
Looks like we're down.
And some, yeah, overall, yeah.
Been a while since we've seen that.
I know.
Have to compare to COVID last year.
Okay. Any questions on that? Then, of course, the November municipal court report. And now we have the list of bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
We have a motion by Commissioner Robbins,
Second.
second by Commissioner Henry. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry.
Aye.
Commissioner Hash.
Aye.
President Mo.
Aye, motion carries. Anything else to come before the meeting, commission? If not, meeting adjourned. Happy New Year.
Not if you're